Oh, hello there. Good morning. I salute my people. It has been a while that we, we we come live. This morning, I am not here for my full broadcast as we usually do, but it's to bring an answer to a few questions that people have been asking me on a matter that is important and serious. Usually, I don't respond to comments. I don't respond to comment at all. But this particular issue is a serious matter, and I think people are trivializing it by the comment they are making and the questions they are asking me. So this one, I was inspired to bring us out to those questions, and that's why I'm live this morning. And it's all about the issue of the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service. So let me deal with it in this manner. You see, the matter concerning the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service, glory be to God. Number one, it is not Honorable Evisifia Ankara that is the bearer of the news of the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service. He's not the one who introduced the subject to the president. I mean it in this context that he's not the one who carries the message. He's not the one that anything who carries the message. He's not the one that anything was revealed to. Neither all the committee and the people that are choosing to handle the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service. It's not any of them that God revealed anything to. The National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service, I am the man of God. I am the servant of God that God gave the message to, and not today. Okay. I received the message in 2008 during the time of Mills. So I communicated the message to the late President Mills. May so rest in perfect peace. So I'm just giving a short recap, then I bring the answers to why I was very vocal about the matter and all the messages that I delivered. But my explanation I'm giving you is not a result of the thing they are saying. I don't care about those things. Even when I'm called a false prophet, I don't care. Because my Lord and Master Jesus I followed. He says that the place he was respected, you will be respected. And the place I was dishonored, you also be dishonored. So me, those things are not bother me at all. But as I was explaining, I am bringing you this explanation because of the way they are trying to mess the information up. There was this one woman who asked a question, and even she is the more reason why I'm trying to bring this explanation to things. Because she has followed and she played one or two roles in my effort to reach the president with a message. I mean the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service message. So when the president make an announcement about the 1st July, the Republic Day being chosen as the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving Service, and I did a live when I spoke about that matter again, explaining things, she also took into confusion and misconception that if the president have announced a day, is that not it? That's where the problem is. So I just need to clarify things. And my prayer is that everything will be gotten right. So as I said, neither Evisifri Ankara or the prophets who has been chosen and they are going to be the committee members of the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service. It's not any of them that received the message. It wasn't a campaign plan or promise or manifesto. No. It was me who received the message. And as I was explaining to you, I received the message since 2008. And the man who God sent me to then was the late President John Evans Atta Mills. And I communicated to him. So President Mills obeyed God. And whatever God wanted to do with the nation, it happened. So when Mahama came to government, left, and coming again, because the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service is not a campaign promise, but what was it? The National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service is a covenant over the nation. So the Lord asked me to make sure that this time the president gets the information for the nation to enjoy what he wants to do for the nation as the covenant is concerned. So that was when I began to take the step to reach out to the president. So I reached out to few people a minute later. And one of the people that I spoke predominantly with was Evisefri Yankra, Honorable Evisefri Yankra. Behind the scene, before I communicated with the office of the president, that is the campaign office. The man I spoke to those time was Dr. Callistus Mahama. He's working at the presidency now. So when I approached them with the issue of the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service, they were all turning their back. They never took it serious. In fact, they gave me a hard time. They thought I'm one of the prophets who are prophesying. So it was the explanation I was giving to them that made them give me the listening ear. That is Dr. Callistus Mahama. And for them to speak to the president about it, they were very reluctant even to do that. So I have to push them, even offend them. When I say offend them, I mean that I have to push to an extent that they took an offense with my action. That is pushing them for this to be done. Honorable Evisefri Yankra, even himself, when I was pushing or talking to him that the president, this must be done. If it's not done, the past will repeat itself and the nation and even the president will not win the election, because his winning of the election is dependent on the restoration of this covenant, the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service. He tried one or two, things were not going. He relaxed. It was me who keep on pushing him before he took the step. So it wasn't that they were the people who have received a message or has a campaign promise about National Prayer and they are trying to push it for it to come to pass. No. I am the very man of God who was behind everything. Now, my response to the questions that people are asking, that if the president has come out to say that 1st July is being dedicated for the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service, then that is it. So why is it that I'm still talking about it in the past, which necessitated all these questions and backlashes? And this is my answer to you. You see, issues of covenant is a different issue altogether. The National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service is not just a service. It is a covenant seal. That means there is a blessing. Please listen to me carefully. There is a blessing upon the nation, the Republic of Ghana, since the time of Nkrumah. Those blessings, when they are manifesting, Ghana could have been a haven for many people. So those blessings ceased when Nkrumah was overthrown. For those blessings to be reactivated, that's where God instructed that the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service should be conducted in the nation as element of a key to unlock those blessings of the nation. I hope you are following. So that's how come the message of the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service came in as a service that's supposed to be held. So the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service itself is not just a service, but it's a means to. Are you following? It's a means to activate a blessing of the nation. So those of you who understand covenant, you will know that if you don't follow principles of covenant, that is how things are supposed to be done for you to get what you're supposed to get. Even though you take an action, but you will not enjoy the blessings that's supposed to come with your obedience when it comes to you honoring the covenant. So that was my concern. So even though that the president announced 1st July, I want to remind you, I am not doing a broadcast on National Prayer and Thanksgiving. It's questions I'm trying to answer because the questions have become too many, and because this matter is important, that's why I'm touching on it. So as I'm explaining, so the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service, it is not like we need to hold a Thanksgiving service and thank God for all the things He has done for us. No, that is not the reason for God giving the instruction for the service to be held. Are you getting the difference? What they are doing falls under we thanking God for the things He has done for us. When I listen to the president, that is what they are saying. But that is not the reason why God said the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Service should be held. Is somebody understanding it? Let me repeat again. It is a covenant seal. That means it is a means to something. What is that? To reactivate 7 blessings that the nation have lost. To reactivate it so that the nation will enjoy the fullness of the blessings that is upon her. Are you getting the picture? So there were instructions on how the service is to be held and the way it's supposed to be conducted. As it stands now, the president announced, and I'm not speaking against the president or trying to attack what the president said. No, that is not what I'm doing. I'm answering a question. That the president's responses or communication to the public is due to what has been communicated to him by Evisifri Yankra and his team. And I'm saying that he is misinforming the president because that was not the instruction. Holistically, what is being done is not the instruction. And I repeat again, the message did not come from Evisifri Yankra, Honorable Evisifri Yankra, respectfully, and his team. It came from me. They are not the custodian of the message. It is me. I am the custodian of the message. And there are instructions that follows it and how it's supposed to be done. So now, to what is being implemented, which is my concern, it will not fulfill the activation of the blessing over the nation. How do I mean? What is being instructed is that the service will be held annually. That's the instruction the president gave. But what is more respectful for me to put it so that nobody would think I'm trying to attack anyone. But that is miscommunication and misapplication of what we are supposed to do as a nation. The service, by God's instruction, it wasn't meant to be held annually. For us to be able to maximize the blessing that comes with it, we are supposed to follow the very instruction of God. So what was the instruction? The instruction was this: to be able to activate the 7 blessings. Time will not permit me to go into it. You can watch some of my past videos on my bio. The service is supposed to be held every quarter. That was the instruction the Lord gave since the time of Mills. That was the instruction God gave me, and I gave to Mills, the late President Mills, and so rest in perfect peace, and he obeyed. Are you following? It's supposed to be held quarterly, not annually. The reason God gave for the quarterly is for the activation of the blessing over the nation. So it is not that God is just interested that the nation should do Thanksgiving. No, that is not what it's about. But when it comes to Thanksgiving, we do Thanksgiving in our churches. There are many prayer groups doing Thanksgivings. A lot goes on. So it is not about giving thanks or just giving thanks or doing a service to give, say, Father, thank you for the things you have done for us as a nation. No, that is not what it's about. But that is supposed to be held quarterly. And the reason is that, so it's supposed to be held quarterly, that is every 3 months. So that the blessing over the nation can be activated, that the nation will enjoy. What we are enjoying is just a fringe of whatever God wants to do with the nation. Trust me, if we get it right, the struggling, everything that the nation is enjoying today, in our early broadcast, God spoke about, we said it, and every one of them is unfolding. Because they were all part of the blessings. So it's supposed to be, so the order is that the service is supposed to be held every quarter. Quarterly, not yearly. Now, number 2, for the service to start, there are certain pronouncements by way of covenant, by instruction that the Lord gave, that the president is supposed to do to activate the commencement of the divine blessings of God at the service. Take on the matter of the National Prayer and Thanksgiving service. Why I keep pushing is that the right thing needs to be done. All right, thank you. The right thing needs to be done. Why? So that the nation will enjoy the blessing of it. So let me ask you a very simple question. If you have been sent with an assignment, and the assignment is not well completed, or what is being instructed to do is not done that way, please, what will you do? Will you be quiet on it?